What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and I'm here today to review the Smashing Pumpkins' new song, Solara. Just released less than 24 hours ago. Last night at midnight it came out. I was just about ready to fall asleep, and I checked Instagram really fast. I'm like, let's check Instagram, and I saw they released a new song, and I was like, Jesus Christ. Well, I don't want to listen to it because I'm going to listen to it all night, so I didn't. I listened to like the first 1 minute of it, and so in this video I'm going to be talking about it. I'm going to be reviewing this song. I'm going to be talking a little bit about the song and what I expect to hear next, really, going forward from the Smashing Pumpkins. This is really the first time I've done this for the Smashing Pumpkins. I normally just review their albums. We've reviewed all of their albums up to Machina 1, and we're going to continue doing that. We have a whole series every Sunday where we do, every other Sunday, where we talk about the Smashing Pumpkins, my favorite band. So let's get into this song. I've seen some mixed reports, okay? Now the first thing is the song doesn't have a like-dislike on YouTube, on their YouTube channel. They disabled it. It's got quite a few views already. It's got over 92,000 views as of like 14 hours, 15, 16 hours after it came out. So I think it's doing really, really well. I was reading a bunch of the comments of the video. I want to see what people thought of the song, just like Smashing Pumpkins fans or used to be Smashing Pumpkins fans, and I've seen mixed. I mean, a lot of people really do like the song, and a few people I saw, saying Zeitgeist, saying that, they expected better, but like they'll never get what we used to get. So I want to address a couple of those things first, and I want to talk about the song. We're never going to get the Smashing Pumpkins of the 90s, okay? It's a weird kind of thing, and a little bit sad in a way, where, I mean, yes, their best music was in the 90s. There's no doubt, okay? Their best albums were in the 90s. And we're never going to truly get that feel. Again, he's never going to sound like that again. The music is just never going to sound like that again. We're never going to get exactly Siamese Dream. We're never going to get Melancholy. We're never going to get Adore. And we're never really going to get Machina 1 or 2. We're not going to get those. Gish, Pisces as well. But we're never going to get those. We're in a new era. He's older. This is a new reincarnation of the band. I will say, it's pretty exciting that, and even in the description they talk about the first time that this band is recorded together in 18 years. And, we got James Iha, we got Billy Corgan, Jimmy Chamberlain, as well as Jeff Schroeder, produced and mixed by Rick Rubin. So they're all back. Everybody's back. So I just wanted to address that. Like, we're never going to get old Smashing Pumpkins again, so I think we should probably just drop that thought off in like a lake somewhere, because whining and complaining about that, yes, you may not like it, and I get that. I would like to hear songs like we heard 20 years ago when I wasn't even alive, barely. I would want to hear that again too, but we're just not going to get it. We have to move on with the band, and and you can choose to not like or like their new music, And this new reincarnation of them, or even from Zeitgeist, it's been a little messy, but they've also had some really good music, I've thought. And that brings us to this song. Now, this is the first of 8. This is a song that they had recorded, and Billy Corgan has talked about how, they didn't know exactly how they were going to release these songs. Maybe they were going to put them out in like a smaller kind of album, or maybe they said that how they were just going to actually just release it to the public. They have 8 of these songs, and they said they were talking about that, maybe releasing a couple of them, maybe 3. I believe the number was 3. 3 songs leading up to the tour, and then the rest of the songs while they're on tour. I like that idea. I think it's really good that we're starting to hear them again, because the tour is right around the corner. The tour starts July 12th, so we're about a month away from the tour kicking off in Arizona. They're going to be on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, and they're going to be playing music, whatever song. Maybe this song, maybe a song like Tonight Tonight, or Disarm, or Bullet with Butterfly Wings, something. I would feel like it's going to be an oldie, but maybe not. And so this is really good. I mean, we're getting to see them back, because it's about time we, they haven't really posted much on Instagram or on their social medias of them like rehearsing, but it's time that we start to see them and hear them and know that like they're coming back. And this is really cool, because this is the first sign that like, oh yeah, they're all together. This is new music. This is 2018 Smashing Pumpkins. I think that's really good. The song overall, let's talk finally about the song. I like to give a little history about everything first before I jump into the actual thing I'm reviewing. I like the song. I don't think it's the greatest song in the world. I don't think it's their best song in the world, but I like the song. The song is, to me, a mix of all 3 of their newest albums. Zeitgeist, Oceania, and Monuments to an Elegy. It sounds like all 3 of them in different aspects. I want to kind of talk about it. Firstly, I like the length of the song. It's 4 minutes and like 20 seconds, 4 minutes and 18 by the time the music actually stops playing. I like that length. I think that actually gives me hope. I love longer Smashing Pumpkins songs. I don't like the shorter 3-minute songs. I think that's the problem with Monuments, is I liked Monuments overall, but it was short, super short. 10 songs, right? 9 songs. Very, very short, and the song lengths, for the most part, were not that that long. I'm used to hearing longer Smashing Pumpkins songs, and so I like this length. I hope the rest of the songs are this length. I don't really want them to drop below 4. I like hearing them, so I want to hear more of them. And it was a little repetitive, and you know, having it be 4 minutes long actually kind of was the problem with that, is it did feel a little repetitive sometimes. But here's what I'll say. The use of his vocals with the instruments, very zeitgeisty, okay? I read the comment that compared it to Zeitgeist before I listened to it. And I will say, yes, his vocals being a little overpowering, which I'm okay with at times, but his vocals being a little overpowering, and when he would go into the verses, when he would have himself sing over himself, sounded very much like Zeitgeist. It sounded like St. Patrick, it sounded like Doomsday Clock. Those are the 2 songs that really, really sound like him singing on top of himself in multiple layers. And it almost sounded like the exact same effects of Zeitgeist. So I will say, vocally, and the way he mixed, the mixing, which is weird because of Rick Rubin, but the way it was mixed sounded very Zeitgeist. Again, none of this stuff I'm saying is a bad thing. I'm just going to break it down into what, you know, I felt. Very Zeitgeist. There's not a lot of Oceania here. The biggest thing I felt was towards the very end in the bridge. I felt like that sounded a little bit like Oceania, a little bit more like the rockish songs in the middle of Oceania. And we'll get to Oceania when we review that album too. And I really, really love that album. That was definitely the least in here, it felt. The drums felt like a interesting mix. Obviously Jimmy Chamberlin's back, and I love that. It sounded very much at times like Zeitgeist, especially towards the end when they kind of let him go off towards the very end of the song. That sounded very much like Zeitgeist, literally just like the drum sound that Zeitgeist had. That's what I heard here. But a thing I found interesting is it did sound very heavy. They went for a heavy sound with this song. Like they hit you in the face with it. And what I will say is the guitar. The guitar sounds exactly like Anti-Hero, the last song on Monuments. It sounds it sounds like the exact same pattern that he's playing. So the actual guitar heaviness, the distortion, sounded exactly like the Monuments album, which I really liked. And the drums, while having the Jimmy Chamberlin feel to it, also sounded very, very heavy Tommy Lee style Monuments, where it's just very heavy, very banging away, which is fine. But there it really is. We have like a song that reminds me a lot of Zeitgeist, a lot of Monuments, and a little bit of Oceania. I feel like the writing, like the actual lyrics, were something you would find in Oceania compared to the first and third. So I actually kind of like that, because here's the thing, again, we're not going to get, I wish I could tell you, oh, the guitar sounded like Siamese Dream, and the vocals sounded like Adore, and the drums sounded like Machina. I wish I could say that. Okay, because those are great albums. But we're not in that. We're in where we are now, and I love Oceania. I think it's one of their better albums. I think it's better than some of their 90s albums. I really do. I think it's fantastic. Zeitgeist has a lot of problems, and Monuments is really good, but it's just too short for me, and it does have some problems overall. But I like all 3. So I actually find it interesting that this song seems to be a combination of all 3. In a way, I'm actually happy about that, because they're kind of mixing in everything we've heard from them over the past 11 years since they came back. And they have Jimmy Chamberlin and James Iha. Now what I'll say is a little disappointing, because of the same reason, is we had Jimmy Chamberlin back in 2007 for Zeitgeist. And when it comes to James Iha coming back, I did expect the song to just be a little bit different. Now his voice isn't going to magically change to back when he was 30. And the music is not going to magically change and sound older like it's Adore or something like that, right? You can't change that. But what I will say is, thinking about what I wanted to hear from new music, if I just pictured it, I really didn't have any expectations for their new music, really didn't. I just want to see them live. But when I picture it, I did think it would sound way different. I pictured it sounding more like the 90s, or just more completely off in another sphere. You know, I thought it'd be completely different. So I'm a little disappointed that it sounds a lot like the last 3 albums. It sounds a lot like Zeitgeist too, when that was just Billy Corgan and Jimmy Chamberlin. And now you throw James Iha, but you'd think they would have learned from the mistakes that they made in Zeitgeist and what happened with that. So, like, it's a little weird that they're kind of repeating similar themes and similar sounds from that era. So it's a little puzzling. I did expect different, but that doesn't mean I don't like the song. I actually really do like the song. I think it's a solid song. It sounds like a song you would find also in Monuments. I think if you pictured which album it fits best in, I think Monuments is the album that actually fits best in. But overall, Really like the song. I think, you know, I can't wait to hear the other 7. I don't care how bad the first song or the second song or whatever, like if they start to really suck, I'll still want to hear all 8, okay? I really love them. They're my favorite band ever. I think they'll always be my favorite band. So I cannot wait for new music from them. So far, so good. I want to see them on Jimmy Fallon. I want to see them play live again. I want to actually see them back together. I want to see them live. Cannot wait to see what it looks like when they premiere on July 12th. I'm going to be seeing them August 8th in Toronto. August 2nd is that 30-year anniversary, which we'll be talking about on one of the Sunday videos about, like, you know, they're going to have special guests and a special night with the Smashing Pumpkins. So it's going to be really cool. This is really awesome. Like, if you can't tell, I'm excited talking about this. I don't do this much, and I'm really, really excited. I'm really happy with this first song. It's great to hear them back. So let me know in the comments below, guys, what do you think of the new song by the Smashing Pumpkins? What do you want to hear going forward, and just what do you think of this song as it is right now? Let me know. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Podcast Now. Not this upcoming Sunday, but the Sunday after. We're going to be reviewing Machina 2. We reviewed Machina 1 last week, so we're going to go into Machina 2. And just, you know, if you like the Smashing Pumpkins, find all my album reviews. We have all of them up to Machina 1. We've had a lot of fun so far, and thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next video.